Hi, I'm Caroline from CertainlyCaroline.com, and I'm here inspiring you to create a miniature fairy tale world with weekly miniature art and doll making videos. This info is for two types of people, polymer clay nerds and future polymer clay nerds. If you're a beginner, you probably don't want to buy a separate oven just yet for your creations. That's okay, your kitchen oven works just fine. I do suggest you pick up an oven thermometer though. Why? Because you can't trust your kitchen oven for an accurate temperature. When I first started, I spent hours on a Sculptor only to burn it in my kitchen oven, and I know I had set it to the right temperature. If you don't want to rush out to get an oven thermometer, you can make a tent out of tinfoil and wrap it around a cookie sheet with your creation inside, just to give it a little more protection from possible temperature spikes. Now, for you polymer clay nerds, consider investing in a new oven that you use exclusively for your creations. I use a countertop convection oven that I picked up for $45. If you're baking a lot of polymer clay, plasticizers from the clay will start to build up on the walls of the oven. I can't wait to eat your homemade apple pie laced with plasticizers, Mom. Ew! And clay nerds, what's better than one oven thermometer? Two oven thermometers, of course. This one was $3 and this one was $10. They're good little oven thermometers. Baking instructions. Each clay brand has a different baking requirement, so follow your clay's instructions on its package. And different sculptors have different baking techniques, so I'll just go over what works for me. ProSculpt is my favorite brand, so I often bake my creations at 275 degrees Fahrenheit, which is approximately 135 degrees Celsius, for 15 minutes. After the baking session, I leave it alone to cool for about 3 hours. Important things are happening while the clay is cooling, so it's best to just give it its time and let it do its thing. Once it's cool, you can sand it, drill it, paint it, just don't heat it. I'll mention too that you should try to keep your creations to 1/4 inch thickness or less. If you want to make a bulky creation, such as a doll, you should use a wire armature with tinfoil under the clay. You can bake and bake and bake again, just don't underbake or bake at the wrong temperature. I'll provide links to the supplies I mentioned in the description box below. Now stop by my studio for some more baking tips. So here I've got my little mermaid head that I'm working on. I've already baked it just because I was getting kind of tired of messing around with it, and I knew I had some problem areas, like the side of the cheek here needed to be built up a little better. The mouth isn't quite right. I've got some issues, and it's nice because you can use this to your advantage. It's nice to be able to sculpt on a hard surface like this. It makes the sculpting a little bit easier when you start feeling like you're just kind of pushing into mush and you're not getting anywhere. Sometimes it's best just to bake it and start fresh and add new clay to the baked clay. Doll makers do this all the time, especially when they are working with details. Like, here's my mermaid, so this hand needs to wrap around her hair. This hand is going to wrap around a brush, and the head's going to go on there. See, this part is baked, and her hands are not baked, and her tail is not done yet, and is unbaked right now. So that's the beauty of polymer clay, the fact that it can be baked and baked and baked and baked. Hey, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for weekly miniature art and doll making videos every Monday, or sometimes Tuesday.